Officer Chancellor.
Okay, well, let me write your information down. How do you spell that?
CHANCELLOR. CH today. Is there
I didn't get your name. Yes, I didn't get your name. You're saying that fast. Can you repeat that? I want to make. I'm trying to play back his badge number. Hold on. Yeah, I don't think badge number.
My badge number is 8577.
Okay.
Now, can I help you?
Yes, just one moment. Let me get the information. I want to make sure I have it written down. Just one moment. I experienced this call to call. Are you able to wait a second? Because you're distracting me. I just want to get a piece of paper.
Oh, take your time.
Okay, because this happens on a lot of calls. It's a form of abuse.
Well, we're busy, so we got other stuff to take care of. So
but I just want to get a piece of paper. Yeah, I don't think it takes that long to get a piece of paper.
Okay, well.
Okay, just one moment.
Still haven't grabbed it, have you?
Just one moment. I was distracted by you talking. I couldn't grab it.
Okay.
Just one moment. Just one moment. I almost have it. Just one moment.
He's badgering.
So I spoke with the officer earlier. I think his name was Woodson or something like that.
Yes, you've spoken to many officers today.
Yes.
Many.
Okay. So I needed to call because he had. I wanted to express what was going on. So it says different things for terroristic threats, penal codes, and then it says section 4: if you cause impairment or interruption of public communication, public transportation, public water, gas or power supply, or other public service. I've had my power cut off, I've had communication cut off, and I've had public transportation cut off. Is that 3 different crimes? Or is that one? If they cut off the transportation, is that one crime? If they cut off...
Have you paid your bill?
No, it was cut off in malice.
No, so you haven't paid your bill?
It was cut off in malice.
So you didn't pay your bill?
I think malice is different. I experience this all the time. I know people wouldn't believe it. Like I say, if I communicate that if I say it's raining, someone will say, yes, I did walk my dog. No, is it raining? Yeah, the food is good. I've experienced this for years. I'm just trying to prove it repeatedly keeps happening. So my question of it is, would these all be separate charges for each one? If they prevented me from using transit, would that be one charge? And then cutting off communication, would that be another charge? And then would the third charge be for cutting off my phone service? How are those charges derived?
Let me know. If you don't pay your bill, they can shut off your phone, they can shut off your electricity, and anybody can refuse rights to service you and let you get on a transport bus or whatever you're trying to go into.
No, but that's not what I'm reporting.
They shut the whole bus down, pulled it over.
Shut down the transportation, and I'm not really being heard that it was done in corruption.
Went out of service.
And then they shut my phone service off in corruption with my phone bill that had been paid 2 times in 1 month.
Where do you live at?
Are you unwilling to answer if that would be different charges for some reason?
2010? What are you trying to say?
I'm asking you a question for my
No,
wife.
it's the malice of repeating it over and over again.
If they cut off public transportation, my phone service, and electricity. Is that 3 charges, or how would that work?
No, ma'am. No, it all bundles up into one. Okay, they don't stack charges like that, ma'am.
Okay, so
I think he's blatantly lying.
Other officers thought that was a misdemeanor. That's indeed a felony. And then number 5, place the public or substantial group of public in fear of serious bodily injury. And then
are you going to answer my questions? Did you pay your electric bill?
I've answered it multiple different times.
Okay, yes or no?
Yes, it's
okay. And they cut off your power?
It was done in malice, yes. Multiple different times, even at relatives' locations.
You're getting help right now, is what I'm assuming?
Well, I had questions. Are you unwilling to answer the question?
Yes or no? Are you getting help, yes or no?
Yeah, I'm not able to speak to do a report again.
Okay, so yes, you're getting help. Is that what you said?
Right, that's this particular point, but I call for a purpose, but I have to get treated like this. That's why I don't feel I'm safe.
Well, why do you keep calling us? Like, you're not, you're just telling me terroristic threat.
I'm not able to speak to get to the rest of it.
What's your point
Okay,
here?
so as for placing the public or of a substantial group of public in fear of serious bodily injury, that is also a felony, and then someone threatening to poison the water supply is a felony. Okay. Okay, and then section 6 is also a felony. If someone is influencing the conduct or activities of a branch or agency of the federal government, the state, or political subdivision of the state.
What are you trying to say? Is somebody threatening to poison the water?
Yes, I've stated that, and then I'm trying to make other reports.
No, you're just recording. You're just saying the Texas Penal Code, ma'am. You're not telling me that somebody is. You said somebody, if somebody does.
This is a psychological abuse.
This is not getting anywhere. Do you have an offense to report?
That's what I'm reporting. Is what I'm stating to you. You guys are saying they're not crimes, and I'm reporting the penal code because you keep saying crimes aren't crimes.
You're not reporting somebody said it, okay?
Yeah, I am. I'm not being heard. This is abusive to try to deflect and redirect my words to get away with crimes year after year.
Okay. Do you need help? Are you getting mental health services?
I want to be able to report crimes without being violated. This is abusive. Can I ask you a question?
You're reporting a crime. You're reporting a penal code.
I'm reporting the penal codes of crimes being committed that you guys just keep saying are not crimes in corruption.
Okay, so who said that they were going to poison the water?
Jason Gardner of Vivid Images someone send me. I got it in the email.
Did they do it?
It says that on the line that it's a crime to threaten that.
Who said it? Jason Garza?
He says that he's having people do the emails. I have an email stating that he has people send emails for him.
Okay, where's the email at? Do you have proof of that? Can I see it?
Yes, what's your email address?
I can give you the phone number.
How am I do you want me to text it to you?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the phone number?
It's like a screenshot so I can see it.
Okay, what's the phone number? Okay, so then
Is the email? Is it directed to you personally?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so each time I'm doing a report, I can't make it for years.
Why would somebody be talking to you personally about poisoning the water supply? The water has nothing to do with you.
So then it states in section 6 that if you influence, I'm not able to. I can't do the report.
If you're not going to answer my questions, I'm going to hang up because you're not doing anything right now.
Oh, okay. Okay. I can cooperate because I don't know what to do because people deliberately hang up while I'm doing reports and don't get charges. So what do you want me to do so you don't cover for crime?
Right now.
I'm sorry?
You have no control over the water supply. Neither does whatever that guy name is, okay?
But it is a crime to threaten it, and then police officers weren't aware. That's why I'm going over the penal code, because it is a crime to threaten that.
How are you in fear? You're not in fear. Why would you be in fear of it?
Because there's been hit and runs, and someone hit me, and then I've had assaults and arrests multiple different times, being violated in jail, deprived of my constitutional right to go to court. Police have came and assaulted me, putting me out of locations. I've had identity theft. And then there's been a murder. There's a substantial reason for me to fear my safety.
You're going on somewhere else instead of what we're actually talking about, okay? If you have an actual crime...
That's part of the problem because people they're contributing to psychological abuse and staging conflict to get out of giving me law enforcement and then blaming me for it.
All right. So you have a good day, okay? If you have an actual crime to call... Okay.
That's why I was reporting the penal code because you guys kept saying crimes weren't crimes. And this has caused me to have a speech impediment because you guys are playing mind games repeatedly over and over. Hello?
That's with the Victoria County Sheriff's Office. Is this Miss Clark?
Yeah, I was just going to put an ad in the paper because I'm not really getting anywhere with the police department. What I was trying to state is that if I come up murdered, that it would be by the hands of the police department, and I can't report it. So I'm just going to put an ad in the paper. So if I come up dead, because I by the manner that I've been using just isn't working. Domestic violence organizations won't help. Nobody will help. So I'm going to place the ad in the paper and let everybody know that if I come up dead, the police department's behind it. And I haven't been able to stop it.
Why do you feel like the police department would do that?
Because they've already committed other crimes and keep tampering with evidence, hanging up in my face and enlisting all kind of parties in my environment. So it's just fruitless.
Have you tried making a complaint or anything?
I have, and I'm on the line right now with your sheriff.
Yes, ma'am. We're the sheriff's office.
Yeah. What's your name? What's your name?
I'm sorry.
What's your name?
I'm Deputy Ennis. It's INNES.
Yeah, if you guys won't do law enforcement, there's nothing I can do because you keep passing the buck and demanding that I do law enforcement with that you know that's impossible for me to do. What's your badge number?
It's 282.
Yeah, it's fruitless. You won't do law enforcement, and you all have been all these years playing games, and nobody will hold you accountable. And then all domestic violence organizations.
Yes, ma'am. This is my first time dealing with you, so I don't understand the situation quite yet. Why do you feel like the police department would do that?
Let me give you my YouTube channel, and then you'll see.
Okay.
It's KE. I do. I've received death threats, and I've been arrested for reporting them. I've had identity theft, pickpocketing, attacks, assault with a deadly weapon. My son was hit with a car. Someone deliberately hit me with a car. Someone sped up like they were going to hit me multiple times. Did it to my friend. Actually hit my son. Someone was murdered in Marion County. They won't really be honest about what happened. Family members. He was hit 2 times in one night. And all police departments, as well as everyone around me, covers for these crimes. It puts my safety at risk. And then someone's threatening to poison the water supply. I'm sorry, I couldn't quite hear you.
Who's sending you death threats?
Well, all I know is this man claims that he's Jason Gardner in Baton Rouge. He says that he's buying off the police department to cover for his crimes. And he's saying that he's behind it and you'll always protect him. And he's saying that he's having people send me emails.
Okay, how is he contacting you then?
I don't know what you're speaking of because he emailed me and
he's emailing you death threats?
He's emailing me saying that he's controlling the police department and he's controlling other parties and having them send me emails and prank call me and do other different things.
Okay. Can I have you send those emails to me so I can look at them?
What's your information?
If you could send it to my email, it's
So what's the relevancy of sending it to you? Because I've sent it, given information 300 times to go nowhere.
Okay, well, just because now you're reporting it to me, like I said, I've never dealt with you before, but I would like to be able to review it and see if we have an offense there. That way we can do something about it like you're wanting to do, okay?
Okay, so can I make a report with you?
Yes, ma'am. I'm documenting everything you're telling me right now.
I haven't fully made the report.
Okay, keep going.
Okay, so today 2 devices don't work, and I reported it to Victoria Police and multiple different other parties that hung up on my face and conspired with it. But it also says on the webpage, it keeps going off. Let's see if it's, hold on one moment. So the officer wanted to hang up because Section 6 says it's a felony to influence the conduct or activities of a branch of or agency of the federal government, the state, or political subdivision of the state. So I'm reporting that my device is hacked and they're stalking.
Okay, what makes you think they're hacked?
Because they go off on a whim and someone actually told me they were hacking my devices.
Who told you that?
In the emails, they said that we are hacking your devices and all your accounts, and we're controlling your bus line, and we're stalking you, and we will take you the F out. I'm controlling the police department. You're powerless. They'll never help you. And
okay, so that's all part of the one that you said Jason Garza sent?
There's multiple.
Oh, okay, that's a separate one. Can you send me that one too?
Okay.
Okay.
And him influencing.
Notice how they like to say Jason Garza, multiple different departments. Let me pause. Jason Garza. I'm saying Gardner. They're saying deliberately saying Garza. That we had the sheriffs doing it and Victoria Police. But even Jason Garza is not going to be in there. They can't find his name 30 to 40 times.
And none of them have been investigated. That's evidence that he's influencing government officials. Or perhaps maybe the fact...
What makes you feel like they're not being investigated?
What has been done is with 300 reports. I've never had a call from an investigator. Or perhaps maybe like CPS reporting my daughter's child abuse. Two different locations, the police came to give me a criminal trespass to silence me and then arrested me in Arlington, or maybe giving me a criminal trespass where I had a case against this man at the Northern District Court twice, or maybe that's assaulted and arrested me at New Beginnings in Garland, or come into multiple different other domestic violence organizations. Maybe that would be another indicator. Or maybe coming to assault and arrest me at Red Roof Inn for trying to flee his abuse all day over the phone, and abuse that the police department was enlisted in. That could be an indicator. Or maybe following her relentlessly being stopped and monitored, actually seeing the police department being cut off by the police department, police cars coming at me, cutting me off walking. That could be an indicator. Or maybe them hanging up in my face when I'm begging for my life or taking my freedom.
Okay. What devices do you have that you feel like are being hacked?
Well, I still can't use right now, and it's been happening years. And maybe another thing would be why 7 police thought it was a threat for me reporting to my provider I can't use my phone repeatedly over and over. Or maybe
your phone?
Yeah, it cuts off on a whim. The text cuts off on a whim. Everything cuts off. And then maybe the indicator, why would the police department think that they need to threaten my arrest for trying to have phone service? Evidence, I have it recorded that I could not use my phone and was given a criminal trespass 3 different times in one day for a service that I paid for 2 times that month and never got. And I addressed with another officer, that's a felony, to cut off communication. And I'm not quite certain on why the police department will risk felonies to cover for something like that. Or the courts and jail staff. That's probably a red flag that he's actually, controlling government officials, which is indeed a felony. What would be the charge for them allowing themselves to be controlled? Would that be a felony as well?
I am not sure. I would have to look.
I'm pretty sure it would be. I don't think that he'd get that felony alone. I think that it would be consequences to allow yourself to be repeatedly controlled. But here's an issue that 300 and something times they haven't been sure about the law. So I never got law enforcement. So I don't think that perceived that it hasn't went anywhere 10 years about me reporting over and over again everywhere I'm at that my life is in jeopardy for people to ignore me, hang up in my face, don't call me back, bully me, curse me out, arrest me, assault me for telling them I'm scared. I don't deserve it. So perhaps if integrity is bought off and controlled to where I never see it in my circle, even from family, then I'm just decided to put an ad in the newspaper and say that if I show up dead, the police department did it and they were accomplice to it.
Okay, well, everything that we discussed now, it's going to be documented. I have a report going. Okay.
Well, that's not cutting it because you just do reports and there's no investigation. That's not the solution.
I can't control that. That's above me, girl.
Right, that's the problem because you guys keep setting up catch-22s to deny law enforcement, but yet haven't been held accountable. It's not above you. It's a crime to not investigate it. That's not above you. It's not above your pay grade.
Okay, well, I can do my part in
I'll just put an ad in the paper, ma'am, and then see how that goes. You interrupted me trying to put an ad in the paper because I don't, if you haven't done it 300 times and still haven't got charges, I've just lost hope that it will happen.
I was returning your call, but if you feel
Do you have a report number? Do you have a report number?
I'm sorry?
The report number.
Do you want it?
Yes, and this says that my abusers influencing government officials.
You ready for it?
Yes.
It is 2025 dash 016814. And Ms. Clark, do you have a date of birth I can get from you?
I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for calling.
Please leave your message after the tone. When done, hang up or press the pound key.
Hello, my name is Kiana Clark, and I've made 300 and something reports to different police departments, jurisdictions all over, and they failed to take any kind of give me any kind of investigation.
I think that's Victoria
for
News.
Things that jeopardize my safety and parties around me. So I would like to put an ad in the paper if I'm murdered and if I'm denied law enforcement, that parties know that I've been murdered by the hands of the police department and parties around me that failed to help me during my crisis. So can you give me feedback on putting that ad in the paper to protect myself? The number?
Morning news. I am
That was
currently
morning
away
news.
from the desk. Please leave your name and your number, and I will get back to you. Thank you.
Hello, I would like to place an ad. I have made 300 and something reports to multiple different police departments and jurisdictions, reporting abuse and criminal offenses that were assault with a deadly weapon, ran off roads, and everyone in my environments have just left me in it. So in the event that I'm murdered, I would like to put an ad in the paper saying that all parties around me have failed me and left me in something that jeopardized my safety, and nothing had been repeatedly done for a time span of almost 10 years. I have placed ads in other kinds of circulation, and some of those actually did not place the ads and defrauded me out of funds. So I would need to insurance that this would actually be placed. Please return my.
If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time during this message. Bye. To dial another extension, press 1. To leave a
I think that was
voicemail, press
San Antonio
2,
News.
or simply stay
Oh,
on
Austin.
the line. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hello, my name is Kiana Clark. I'm calling multiple different news publications around me to report that I've made 300 and something reports to the police department that endanger my safety, ran off roads, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, interference with child custody crimes, attacks, assaults, multiple different offenses, to be left in it and ignored. I've communicated to churches, drug out of them, thrown on concrete, and mistreatment, being removed by law enforcement, and even arrested at church. I begged for my life repeatedly over and over to get no response, no investigation anywhere to be found. All the people around me leave me in it as well, including family. So I like to place an ad or, give this this information to the news to perhaps maybe you can get something done. My number?
Assignment desk. Please hang up and call back, dialing 817-654-6300. Again, the number, 817-654-6300. If you're not calling about news, please call.
Yes, I was directed to call this number.
Excuse me?
I was directed to call this number to do a report for news.
What is the inquiry?
I wanted to leave a report.
That's Channel 5.
For investigation
And
for the
Telemundo.
news.
Okay, yes, and what is the report?
Supposedly.
Yes, I've made 300 something reports for the police department, multiple different jurisdictions. I've been assaulted, arrested, ran off roads, and mistreated for reporting crimes. I have close to 30 something false arrests. When I'm in jail on false charges, I'm terrorized, threatened, put in isolation, locked down, deprived of recreation and other crimes, and deprived of my rights to go to court. The police department has let someone hack my phone, threatened to take my life, and enlisted churches, domestic violence organizations, friends, and associates to leave me in it. And I have evidence with a YouTube channel. I've begged for my life and pleaded with all kind of people in my environments. They all have failed me and left me in it for years. And even to add insult to injury, hung up in my face when I was in terror. And started arguments, and some have even belittled themselves and disrespected us both by even cursing me out when I was afraid for my life. I've been arrested for reporting death threats and multiple different other crimes.
Gotcha. Okay, I can give you our email so you can send us information and we can look at it and see if we can do anything. I don't think we can do anything, but we can definitely look at the information. Do you have something?
I think the problem would be, because this would be a great story, how many people do you know that have been felled by 300 reports that have never been investigated? What's your name?
It's Hannah, ma'am. I can give you our email. Do you have something to write with?
You don't think that anyone would be interested in a story like that? I think that's amazing. I came to Channel 5 News, but security wouldn't really let me in to talk to anybody. I kept seeing the security. I went in person because I didn't think that my calls were authentic. This is a great story, but for some reason, everywhere I'm calling is repeatedly covering for crimes and don't want a story. I've never heard of anything like my experience. This would be a great story if someone can talk about little things that are going on, like someone cannot getting their check or can't get a ID for something, that they can't get an ID because of issue with their name, and that was newsworthy. Why wouldn't the police department covering for someone's life being in jeopardy 300 times not being newsworthy, and then enlisting parties around them to cover for crimes and abuse? I've never heard of anything like that, hacking their device. and then coming to enforce crimes not only on them, but the providers, enforcing that the providers commit crimes too, that have defrauded me out of funds. I don't think 7-8 police came to my providers for nothing. I think they did it for a purpose, wanting to ensure I wasn't making my real calls, knowing nobody would ever believe my story. But everyone, when I'm calling, don't think that that's a big deal, that 300 something times, plus the police didn't get charges.
Gotcha, ma'am. So I can give you our email. Do you have something to write with?
Okay, and what's this email for? Oh, can I ask you a question?
Information.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Did you ask me at the beginning of this call what it would be regarding?
Excuse me?
Did you ask me what the report was at the beginning of this call?
I asked you what the inquiry was, so yes.
Okay, what was the relevancy of that?
So I can kind of know what's going on, ma'am, and if you send us information via email, we can look into it a little bit more and let you know if it is something that we can do or not. So, do you want our email?
Okay. What's the email?
It's newstips, NEWSTIPS, at NBCDFW, like Dallas Forward, DFW.com.
NDC
Yes.
DFW.com. But here's the thing, I've been reporting years.
With your contact information, and we can look into your email.
But here's the thing, I've been sending emails and doing reports online years, and nobody ever responds. I think my email's hacked, and evidence that they're hacked, I've actually locked out of 2 and 2 Facebook pages. So I think that people are instructing me to do emails, scammers that talk while I'm talking and have no regard for my value as well as everyone around me. And that's why 7 police were at my providers. Is that how you treat all people that said 300 and something times they didn't get law enforcement plus?
Okay, ma'am, if you can send us the information, that'll be great, okay?
I just don't understand why I repeatedly keep getting treated like this and arrested in tears, panicking, don't know if I'll get murdered and have to sit and marinate and go into jail for wanting protection.
Got it, ma'am. Okay, so like I said, if you can send us the information, we'll get to what we can do, okay?
Okay, Dee, can I ask you a question? What do I do? Because I think that perhaps maybe my email is hacked, and that's why people, scammers, I'm not really able to communicate, and this is psychologically abusive, and it has caused a speech impediment, and that would be warranted for a lawsuit, because it's causing psychological damage for my cell phone to be hacked and causing me to have a speech impediment and be controlled by scammers. She hung up. Yes, what's your, I'd like to mail something to you. What's your mail? Your address?
1 second.
Okay.
That's not relevant. That's closed caption, but it's the
What
wrong.
did I call?
I can't hear you. One more time?
What did I?
Closed captioning.
What do you do?
Here is 900 East Expressway 83 West.
He's lying. I'll show you
You're
with the
saying
real.
it kind of fast. What do you do there? You do what?
Who is this?
My name's Kay.
Okay, yes ma'am. I'm Master Control. I'm here making sure that you guys watch the show.
There, and I'm trying to get clarity on what you do before I send you the information in the mail.
I'm just here for closed captioning, ma'am.
I don't know what I called.
Okay, closed caption is when you need the lettering since
It plays games. Okay, so thank you. This is what I call. Contact us, KRGV, the Rio Grande Valley News channel, and he says that he's closed captioning 956-968-3636. That's the number. 2 minutes ago, 956-968-3636. And he says he's closed captioning.
So when I reported to you, I know that you did not believe that the government strategizes every single day to cause psychological distress. So I've cleaned up, got out at 3 and handled my business and took out trash and different things so I didn't have to run into people that are playing games in my environment repeatedly over and over, year after year, to never see accountability for harassment, which is criminal. And I assume that the leads of these environments are being enlisted by the police department and enlisting people in the environment into crimes. because it's happening it's not left up but for chance. It happens at all my environments. So you get up in the morning, you don't have someone illegally monitoring you on camera. And then you just simply trying to watch something that's motivational or read a book. And then they look at it in resentment and hatred if you have any kind of sense of peace. And then they'll set up a scam. We'll cut her devices off, knowing she'll have to report it. We'll up the ante and then post online where she lives. Every single day, there's something. If that don't work, we'll have someone knock on the door and start an argument. We'll have someone call. We'll have someone threaten her. We'll have a child call. We'll have one of these fake friends start an argument. We'll have a church member stop talking to her. Every single day, there's something. So I just trying to, all these uploads, I don't know if I'll see it in this lifetime. Martin Luther King was killed before he can really see the benefit of, I don't want to say it that way, but he was murdered, but there was hope, and he did, I'm sure in spirit, it knew that that change was coming. So nonetheless, if I don't see justice, at least I want to leave a legacy. I won't ever say that I'm comparable to Martin Luther King. I know that that's impossible, but I would like to use him as an aspiration that if it costs me my life so others don't have to experience this, that's okay with me. I'm not like the people around me that seem to not have regard for human life. I don't think no one should endure what I've been through. So if my life has to be a standard, so police departments 300 something times plus that they have failed a citizen for profit, I think that no one deserves that. But nonetheless, that's what it was today, and that's my life. Illegally monitor, cut her phone off, stop her from watching Oprah, anything uplifting, she will not be happy. We're enforcing it.